I think the public needs to know what really happened in that secret deal with Mr. Duterte and China. Ano sinabi ni Duterte? Gawin nyo na lang Philippine Province of China.
Mismong mga Chino'y nagulat nang biglang si BBM may gustong ipakulong, may gustong ipaaresto na sa Pilipinas. Base sa balitang kumakalat, dapat na ditong may makulong, dapat nang may maaresto dito ayon kay Trillanes, matapos di umano sabihin niya dito ang totoo, na totoong nakipag-deal sa China itong si Duterte, pero ibinintang nila ito kay Pinoy. Kaya si Trillanes pinakulong ni Duterte. Takot kasi siyang lumabas ang totoo. Kaya nga nag-aaway si Salvador Panelo at si Roque. Kaya sabi ni Trillanes, tanungin nyo sila, paano nakapasok dito ang Pogo? Bakit pinalayas ni Duterte dito ang Amerika? Bakit merong cell site dito ng China? Malas daw ni Duterte, binaliktad niya ang deal niya. Pinalayas niya dito ang China, pinabalik pa niya ang Amerika. Yan daw totoo ginawa dati ni Trillanes, kaya pinakulong ni Duterte at pinaaresto siya. Huwag nang magtaka kung si BBM naman isusunod nila. Talagang magkakagulo talaga.
Go on, Senator.
Okay. I think the public needs to know what really happened and what's the Philippine interest in that secret deal with Mr. Duterte and China. And also, probably it's the best time to shed light also on the back channel talks back in 2012, because they keep on insinuating and deflecting the issue by pinning the blame on myself and Aquino administration. So I think we need to get these things out in the open, and I'm willing. For the past 6 years under the Duterte administration, they had access to all the documents in DFA and in Malacanang, but they couldn't find anything to remotely connect or anything that will say na binenta ko at ni Pinoy yung Scarborough. On the contrary, and you can check your records, during that time, during the standoff in 2012, almost 100 ships in China swarmed Scarborough Shoal, both inside and outside the shoal. And right now, only 3 ships remain. And because of those 3 ships, yun ang reason kung ba't nag-file ng arbitration case si President Aquino, and we won that. So it's not correct to say that we lost Scarborough, because in fact, walang Chinese ships doon sa loob ng shoal at walang reclamation doon. So I think the media should also correct yung statement na we lost Scarborough in 2012, because by saying so, kinukonsig natin, binibigay natin sa China. Hindi ganon. I beg to disagree, because what we had during the Duterte administration, during their term, is so much worse. Remember, they gave away so much, hindi lang doon sa West Philippine Sea, kundi dito rin, internally, no? Yung remember, yung mga pogos na pinapasok nila dito, yung China Telco na ngayon, nandito na ngayon sa, even inside our military camps. So yan, ano? Plus, among other lopsided deals, ano? Kaya nga, sila ang kumita rito, sila Duterte and company, no? Magkano ang kinita nila? They gave so much favors sa China in exchange pa doon, ano? By giving away so much doon sa what's this, natural resources natin doon sa West Philippine Sea. So we did not gain anything. Okay, sabihin mo meron siyang policy of appeasement, but at least ngayon, ay, for that matter, dito sa Marcos administration, you don't have that. Ano? Similar yung Aquino administration and the Marcos administration as regards the West Philippine Sea policy. So maaring sabihin natin na meron tayong konting kiskisan every rotation mission, but at least intact yung ating national integrity. During the Aquino administration, President Noynoy Aquino stood his ground. Again, we resorted to diplomacy, not war. Yun nga yung back channel negotiations. And what happened in Scarborough can be the template. Okay, so that's the diplomatic approach. As you mentioned, so I was the designated back channel negotiator. The situation there was so tense. Muntik na magkaputukan doon, Almost 100 ships ang nag-swarm dyan sa Scarborough, pero nawala yon. Nawala sila, na humupa yung tension, and buong Scarborough, tayo pa rin. Wala silang reclamation dyan, walang mga fishing vessels or Coast Guard ships ng China sa loob ng shoal. Tatlong naiwan doon sa labas, and that was a mistake by China. Because of those three na nag-insist sila na mag-iiwan sila ng tatlong barko doon sa labas, doon niya yung nag-file na arbitration case si President Aquino. And ayun na ngayon, na-negate yung kanilang 9-dash line forever because of that mistake. So, yun na ngayon ang template mo, na hindi sabihin that you're standing your ground, suddenly magkakagera. And that's going to be the same thing dito. Okay, let's go to Ayungin. Maraming pwedeng paraan para mag-resupply. Okay. I believe yung ginagawa ng Marcos administration is the right path. They're drawing international attention. So yun na nga, again, yung template dun sa back channel talks, under the radar yon. Okay, under the radar, maraming nagawa. Kaso nag-insist silang iwan yung tatlo They, kumaga, pinaalis nila yung 80 to 100 ships, pero nag-iwan sila ng tatlo sa labas. And because of that, doon nag-draw ng international attention si President Aquino through the arbitration case, and we won. Ngayon, ganun din dito sa Ayungin. Pagka hindi sila umayos dun sa, or they keep on doing or harassing yung ating resupply missions, ngayon, ito na ngayon, we're drawing international attention, and they don't like that, So sila ngayon ang mag-step back dyan. Okay, there are so many ways to resupply yung mga barko na yan, yung BRP Sierra Madre na yan. And ito naman, I think back during the GM administration, ang pinakamalaking pagkakamali nila dyan is yung tinanggal nila yung Navy personnel doon sa BRP Sierra Madre at pinalitan nila ng mga Marines. Okay, yung mga Marines magaling yan sa mga digmaan, pero they don't know anything about maintaining a Navy ship.
Okay.
Yung Navy personnel, yan ang bread and butter ng Navy, Kita nyo na maintain yung mga World War II vessels sa Navy. Dito, sila dati naka-assign dyan. So, they're doing the repair regularly, Kaso pinalitan nila yan No, during the GMA administration.
Okay.
So they thought kasi na it's an outpost, so siguro ang ilagay nila is Marines. Pwede ka naman maglagay ng Marine squad dyan, pero dapat yung Navy personnel nandoon pa rin kasi that's what they do. Marunong sila mag-maintain ng naval guns, nung deck, Kaya nakita nyo parang dilapidated. Hindi nangyayari yan sa Cavite Naval Base, Kasi yan instinctive yung maintenance culture ng Navy. No, that's a trap. Okay, and that's what China wants. Okay, remember, kaya hindi ginagalaw yung BRP Sierra Madre. Kahit theoretically, kayang-kayang i-overrun ng PLA yan, ng Chinese Armed Forces. But since commission ship siya ng Philippine Navy, it may trigger the Mutual Defense Treaty. So the moment you decommission that, then it's now vulnerable. Pwede na silang iharas until mag-alisan yan. And yun na nga, ang pag-AFP personnel kasi, talagang they hold their ground, they stand their ground hanggang mamatayan, kaya nila yan. So pag naglagay tayo ng civilians kasi dyan, syempre baka pagtakutin, tatalo na lang sa lifeboat at i-abandon yung post. That's very obvious, Hindi lang si Harry Roque, si Duterte mismo, during the Duterte administration, ganun sila. Ano sinabi ni Duterte? Gawin nyo na lang Philippine Province of China, Sinabi niya to sa atin, and everybody was laughing, but apparently inaano niya na, nino-normalize niya na yung pag-submit niya sa China. So ito, sinasabi naman niya nila Harry Roque. Now si Panelo, don't mind that guy, no? Ano lang nila yon, panggulo nila yon, no? That's going to be a big mistake for the media to actually believe in anything Mr. Panelo says. Ngayon ito si Harry Roque, yan ang linya ng China, yan ang linya ng mga Duterte. And dapat yan ang kailangan nating imbestigahan, no? Palagi nilang kumaga nagiging whipping boy kami ni President Aquino. Pagka may problema sila, they deflect and misdirect. Kahit na time and again, paulit-ulit ako nag-explain what really went down.
Ngayon, ikaw, bilang Pilipino, ano ang masasabi mo at reaksyon sa balitang ito? Mag-iwan ka ng komento sa ibaba at atin pong babasahin isa-isa.